Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Docker day 4. So as part of the Docker from basics to master, today I am going to be create Docker day 4 video. So in this video I am going to be explain about how to download the image and how to create the container from that image and how to create the new image with the container. Okay, previously we have seen that how to download and how to create the image, and inside the image we can deploy the applications, and we can access that application in the web. But in this video it is very interesting how to create the image from the container. Okay, this is the new concept. So again, how to create the container image, I mean there is a process here, right? First we have to download image and create container using this image. Again we have to create the image, okay, using this container, and again we have to create the container again. Okay, so because it means when we create the container using image, here in the first container we have to create some data. Okay, like if you want to create any files and directories, if you want to clone any packages, we can create inside the container. Okay, I want to save data into the one more container. Okay, so this is the concept which I am going to be explain in this video. And once create the containers, okay, how to push the customized image from local machine to Docker Hub. Okay, here we are going to create the new image with container. Okay, new image is nothing but it is customized image. We are going to create customized image with the containers. Okay, so this is the push the customized image from local machine to Docker Hub. Okay, so before start this video, practically I am highly recommended you, please guys, please watch my videos to get the knowledge on the Docker, and please like and subscribe my channel. So I will create more videos on DevOps tools, because I have hands-on experience on DevOps. Okay, please support me and please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Okay, let's go practically. So first I have to create host operating systems. So in this host, for the host operating system I already created in AWS cloud. Okay, that is Ubuntu. So let me log into the AWS login. Click on AWS manage console. Okay, sign into console. Sign with root user. Okay, entered mail ID of the user, root user. So this is my mail ID. Click on next. Enter the password. I have entered the password. I have authenticated multi-factor authentication to security purpose. So for this I have installed one authentication app in my mobile. Let me show what was the authentication app I have installed in that in my mobile. So this app I have installed, okay, in my mobile for the security reasons. And once installed this app, I have integrated AWS account to this authentication app. Okay, so once install this, it will ask like QR code of the AWS, and we have to scan and we have to integrate like this. Okay, so I have opened authentication app in my mobile to check to enter the code. The code is 9515. Okay, sign in. So I'm able to log into the AWS console. AWS cloud. So it is once login it will visit the AWS user AI user interface. Click on S2. So click on instances. So this is the host operating system like Ubuntu which I have created. So now we have to connect to this host operating system. To connect, it is in stop state. Now we have to start the host operating system. Okay, click on start instance. See, host operating system now has been started. So once started, here public IP will be visible. Now we have to connect to the server. Okay, host server through git bash. Copy this public IP address. Okay, open git bash. Okay. So we have to connect that server. There is one command. So this is the command. We have to run this command. You know, right? The command secure shell -i. This is the path of the PEM key. Inside download folder, I have stored PEM key. So from here we have to give username of the server, host operating system server, and IP address of the server. Just so we have to replace the IP address here. We have copied, right? Okay. Click on enter. Okay. I think IP address we have to copy properly. Okay, here replace the IP. Click on enter. Now we have successfully connected. It will ask to, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Here click on enter. It means click on yes. Okay, now we are able to connect to the host operating system server. Okay, this is Ubuntu server. Let me verify. See, the command is to check the host operating versions and flavor. We have to run lsb underscore release -a. Okay, here I am using host operating system as a Ubuntu. The version is 24.0.0. This one. Okay, now on top of this host operating system, inside this host operating system, I have installed the Docker. Let me verify the Docker version whether I have installed or not. I have clearly explained about how to install the Docker in the day 1 video. Please watch the video. And how to create the host operating system, I have explained in the day 1 video. Please watch the day 1 video. So now let's go to topics. Today is day 4, right? How to create image from containers and how to push images to Docker Hub. Okay. Previously what we have done? Previously we are able to create the images and we are able to create the container through those images. But in this today topic is create the images from containers. Okay, from containers, and how to push images to Docker Hub. How to create customized images from containers and how to push images to Docker Hub. So if you see this image, okay, here firstly we have to download one image. in the Docker, once downloaded the image, we have to create the container, okay, using this image. Okay, once create the container, inside this container we have to create some data, like if you want to install any packages, like if you want to install git, if you want to create any files using touch command, if you want to create any directories, if you want to clone any repositories, we can clone it inside this container. Again, using this container we can create image, okay, we can create image. Again, using this image we can create the container. It means the data, whatever we have to create the data here, the data will be copied into inside this container, okay. We have installed git here, we have created some files using touch command, we have cloned repositories inside this container, okay. I want to the same data in this container, okay. So that's why this is the process of the out. It means how we can copy the data from container to another container, okay. Once copy the data, then we can push this image from local machine to Docker Hub, okay. See, first we have to create the containers from image, install in this container, okay. Let's see how to do the practically, okay. Let me do the practically. If you run, check the images first, docker images. Please keep in mind, I previously were able to download the image, and using that image we can create the containers. But in this video I am going to create the image with the containers, okay. Check the images, docker images. There are 2 images. To list out all the containers, there is only one container, okay. So let me download the image, docker run -itd. So I want to download the Ubuntu image, okay. When you run this command, the image will be automatically, okay, downloaded without pulling from the Docker Hub, okay. So practically, so when you run this docker run item Ubuntu, create containers based on the image, okay, without pulling the image. This command download the image from central repo and place into the local machine. So the command tells that if you run this command, then it will automatically download the image and automatically create the container based on the image. So I am using Ubuntu, right? Based on Ubuntu image, the container will be created automatically, okay. So without pulling the image, okay, we are not using docker pull command, so that's why without pulling the image, this command download the image from central repo and place into the local machine. Central repo, you know, right? Docker Hub is the central repo, okay. So let's run this command. See here, when you run this command, docker run -itd Ubuntu, okay, container has been created with the 9582, okay. So and automatically download the image into the local machine. Previously there are 2 images only. This is the image, okay. This is the image ID, this is the tags. Previously there are only 2 images, okay. Let me verify how many images we have now inside this local machine. Here, Ubuntu image successfully downloaded with latest tag, okay. Previously there are only 2 images. Now using this command, docker run -itd command, we are able to download the Ubuntu image, okay. And as I said, when we run this command, docker run -itd Ubuntu, automatically download the image from central repo and container will be created automatically based on the Ubuntu image, okay. Let's verify the containers. How many containers we have? Previously we have only one container. Okay, so this is the container. Previously we have only one container. Let me verify how many containers we have now inside this local machine. Okay, type error. See, there are two images. There are two containers. One new container has been created. Okay, previously there is only one container. Now one container has been created with Ubuntu image. Okay, about 1 minute ago. About 1 minute ago. The container name is Seren past year. Okay, the container name default will be created automatically. So this is the container which you have created. Okay, using the Ubuntu image. Next, so we have to log into the container. Okay, Docker attach container ID, because we have to create some data inside this container. See, successfully we have logged into the inside the container using docker attach command, and here check ls. So there are some folders. Okay, so I will tell you now. We are able to create the container. Okay, it means container will act like a operating system, lightweight operating system. Okay, like VMwares. Like if you go virtual machine, on virtual machine we can create guest operating systems, like multiple guest operating systems, same like, but it Docker is lightweight operating system. Okay, there are some folders related to the containers. This is the default folders. Okay, now let me create one file, touch Kasevaddi. Okay, ls. I have created touch file here. So I want to, let me verify, is there any git version inside this container? There is no git version. Okay, we are getting the git command not found. It means there is no git. So let me install the git. Apt. First we have to update. Okay, next, it means unknown means next command, apt install git -y. So what will happen here? First it will update the container. If there are any missing libraries, if there are any missing dependencies, it will update and download into the container. Next, the git package will be installed into the local machine. Enter. Git package will be installed inside the container. Okay, done. Let me verify whether we have installed or not git correctly. The git version 2.43.0. previously there is no git, right? When we verify the git version, now once done the git install command, then git successfully created. Okay, next I want to clone some repo here. Git clone, check here. Okay, what we have done, as of now newly created one file and we have installed the git inside the container. Now I want to clone one repo. I am creating some data inside the container, because using this container I am going to be create new image. Using that image again I am going to create one more container. In that container I want to same data which I have been created here. Okay, created git clone. Okay, so I want to clone this repo inside the container. Click on code. You can select HTTPS. Okay, git clone URL of the repo. enter. Okay, check here. See, this is the repo which we have cloned. Previously there is no repo here, right? Now we have repo docker install commands. What I have done now, we have created one sample file called Kasevaddi, and we have installed the git inside this container, and we have cloned one docker repo inside this container. 3 new activities we have done inside this container. Okay, now next, so we are inside the container. I will tell you one thing here. If you give, if you run exit command, when you run the exit command, we are going to outside of the container. Okay, but container will be stopped. Okay, when you run this exit command, this container will be stopped automatically. Okay, because we are exiting from the container. Okay, let me run. We are going to outside of the container. Okay, check here if there are any running containers. Docker ps. Okay, there are no any running containers. Okay, log in again to this container. Docker attach container ready. So where, no, we can't start it first. Okay, docker attach container ready. Okay, so before logging into the container, first we have to stop the container. Sorry, we have to start the container. 658. Start. Start container ready. Copy, paste. So we have started the container. Okay, again log into this container, docker attach. So we are inside the container, but previously we have given exit command. Okay, to exit from the container, but when you run the exit command, then we are going to outside of the container, but container will be stopped automatically. But if you don't want to start the container, just what we can do, if we don't want to start the container, it means without stop with the container, we can exit from the container. How? We can enter control plus pq. Okay, when you press control plus pq, we are able to exit from the container. We are coming outside of the container, but container will be up and running. Docker ps, check here, right? Docker ps is nothing but to check the running containers. See what we have done. If you run the exit, if you run exit, we are going outside of the, we are coming outside of the container. It means we are exit from the container, but container stopped automatically. When you run the control pq command, okay, we are coming outside of the container, but container doesn't stop. Okay, see here. Okay, this is fine. What we have done, we are able to create the container, and we have created some data inside the container. Next, what we have to do, as per this scenario, we have done here, up to here done, we have created some packages. It means we have created some data. Now we have to create image using this container. Let me do practically. Okay, so image creation from container. Okay, first what we have to do, we have to commit the changes. It means we have installed git, we have here, right? We have installed git in this container. We have installed git, we have created touch Kasevaddi file, and I have cloned one repo, okay, inside this container. So we have to commit these changes to create the new image from the container. What we have to do? We have to run the command. So docker commit id, docker commit id, okay, container id, docker commit container id, okay. See, container, which one is the container? This is the container, okay. So what we are going to do, using this container we are going to create new image, docker images, okay. How many? There are 3 images, okay. Docker ps -a, how many containers? There are 3 containers, sorry, 2 containers, okay. Now let's create the image using the container, docker commit. So using this container we are going to create image, new image, paste, okay. Because inside this container, okay, inside this container there is a data like git installed, Kasevaddi file creation, cloned repository, okay. Git docker commit container id of image, okay. Click on enter. See, we have committed the changes, okay. We have committed the changes. When you committed the changes, it will create commit id. This is the commit id, okay. Next, what we have to do now, check the images. Okay, when you run this commit id, one new image will be created and the changes have been committed. As I said, when we run this docker commit and container id to create new image, okay, new image has been created. Now let me check the image. Type error. See here, this image has been created, okay, 50 seconds ago. When we run this docker commit, the new image has been created, okay. This is the custom image, okay. So we have to, there is no name for this image, okay. There is no tag for the image, so we have to allocate the name, okay. We have to provide the custom name to this image. So for that we have to run docker tag image id, okay. Docker tag image id, you want to give the image name, okay, because there is no image name here, there is no tag here, okay. That's why I am going to create the tag name as a latest, create the image like K-Muthyal something. See, docker tag image id. So this is the image name I am going to be given. Copy and run. Paste. Okay, right. So enter, check the images again, okay. Previously there is no image name here, okay. There is no tag here. So using docker tag I am going to given the customized image name, docker images. See here, image name has been created, the tag also created, Previously there is no name of the image and name of the tag. Okay, now K.Muthyal / Docker 21 Kasevaddi image has been created. I mean, just we have allocate the image name only. Okay, using docker tag command, this command. Next, what we have to do? So docker image, above image can see. Okay, if we create containers from above image. Next, if we create containers from above image, from this image, okay, if we create the container from this image, then inside the container git and repo should be there. Okay, please observe here. If we create the container using this image, okay, then inside the container there is a git should be installed, there is a repo should be cloned, there is a file should be available. Okay, Kasevaddi file should be available. So where we have created here, we have created the data in this here in this container. Okay, see here we have created the data. See, install something, your thing. Let's run practically. So let me verify the how many containers are there. There are 2 containers. Okay, now we are going to create the one more container using K.Muthyal / docker app image. So how to docker run -it image name. Image name, just enter Muthyal. Okay, DevOps. Okay, docker. Okay, we have to run this command to create the container. Okay, K.Muthyal docker 22 Kasevaddi. Using this image, we are going to create the one more container. Check the command properly. Okay, to log into the container. Okay, container. Okay, so when you run this command, docker run it, the image name, okay, the new container will be created and we are logged into the inside the container automatically. Let's run this command. So when we run this command, one new container will be created and we can automatically log into inside the container. See, done, right? As I say, docker run it. So now we have created one more new container called ACE45 something, and we once run this command automatically log into inside this container. Okay, let me verify. Okay, let me verify. So now the main goal is previously means here we have created files, we have installed the git, we have cloned one repo in first container. Okay, using the same container, okay, we have created image called K.Muthyal docker. Using this image, we have created one more new container. Inside this container, the data should be available. Let me give the ls. Perfect, right? See here, I didn't use any touch command. Okay, the Kasevaddi file has been created. Verify the git version. I didn't install git here inside this container. I mean, I didn't run the git installed command. See, git version has been available. Okay, ls. See, the docker which we have cloned into the first container. Now we are going to see this the data, I mean clone repo in the new container. It means what we have done, as per above process, download new image, we have downloaded Ubuntu image and created container. Okay, inside this container install git and clone one repo and created Kasevaddi file. Again we have created Muthyal Docker 25 Kasevaddi custom image with this container. Okay, with this container, and again we created container. Okay, inside this container the data should be available. Okay, git and clone repo, which we have create the data inside in this container. Okay, perfect, right? Now we are able to see the data inside this container. So what we have done, we have downloaded one Ubuntu image. Using this Ubuntu image, we have create one container. Inside this container we have installed the data, we have created the data git, and we have cloned one repo, and we have created one file. So I want to same data one more container. Okay, so using this container I have created one custom image called Muthyal Docker 2025, and using this image again I have created the container. Again inside this container, this image, this data have been available. Now check Docker images. The thing is, we have to push this image from local machine to Docker hub. Sorry, we are inside the container, right? So it won't work. Now we are inside the container. Exit from the container or give control PQ. Okay, no need to stop the container. We are outside of the container now. Next, what we have to do? We have to push the image. How to push Docker image from local machine to Docker hub? So first we need to create Docker hub account. Search in web. Okay, docker.hub.com. Need to log in with email and username. Okay, here you can check here. Okay, so like that. Here in the web, search on dockerhub.com. Okay, click on Docker hub. Sign in. Okay, click on hub, click on repository. So I have already created Docker hub. Okay, Docker hub. Now I am going to push that image. Which image? I am going to push this image from local machine to Docker hub. So the process is, first we have to we have to create the repository inside the Docker hub. Let me go here. So need to create Docker hub account. This is fine. You can create repos like GitHub versus GitHub. See here, once log into Docker hub manually, you can create repos like GitHub here. We can create repos here in the Docker hub like a GitHub. Okay, click on home repos, click on create. Please check below image conditions. Please Docker image name and Docker repo name must be same. Okay, the condition is, if you want to push the image from local machine to Docker hub, there is one condition, that is Docker image name and Docker repo name must be same. Okay, you can see here, right? If you see this image, okay, let me create the repository inside the Docker hub. So if you want to push the Docker image from local machine to Docker hub, image name and repository name should be same. Okay, it means, let me explain clearly. This is the image name, right? image name. Okay, image name, repo name should be same to push the image from local machine to Docker Hub. So we already created image with this name. Now we have to create Docker repo with this name. Okay, with this name. Okay, let's create. So create repository, click on it. Repository name, mention like this. Okay, short different to push image from local to Docker Hub. Okay, from local machine to Docker Hub. Click on create. Public should be select. Okay, public should be select. See here, there is no tags. We have created a repository. The repository name created like this. Okay, Kasevaddi.Muthyal is nothing but it is my username of the Docker. Okay, see, repository created. Click on repositories. See, this is the repository name, right? See, this is the repository name. So I have created repository same like image name. Next, what we have to do? Next, to push that image, we have to first log into the Docker Hub through command line mode. So Docker login -u username. Username is Kasevaddi.Muthyal. This is the Docker Hub username. So it is asking for password. Enter the password. Enter. Succeeded login. We are able to log into Docker Hub through command line mode using username and password. The command is, this is the command. So now we are inside the Docker Hub through command line mode. Okay, next what we have to do? Docker images. Type error, there is a type error. Okay, now we have to copy this. We have to push this image from local machine to Docker Hub. Okay, see, we have created repo same like image name. Okay, but if you see here, there is no tag here, right? There is no tag here. When you click on tag option, there is no tag here. So I am going to be push this image with the tag. Okay, Docker push. The tag is latest, right? So there is a latest tag. Copy, paste. Docker push image name. Enter. Succeeded. Okay, when you run this command, the image successfully pushed from local machine to Docker Hub repository with the latest tag name. Okay, using default tag latest. Okay, previously here there is no tag, right? Okay, just refresh the page. See here, tag has been created. Okay, less than 1 day. less than 1 day. Okay, last for less than 1 day, it means, so this is the image id, this is the image id, this is the Linux AMD64, okay, which we have used Ubuntu D4 D8. Let's see, D4 D8, D4 D8. Yes, yeah, this is the commit ID. No, sorry, this is the commit ID. D4 D8 is the commit ID. Okay, so here we can see the commit ID also here. Tags, click on tags. Okay, this is the commit ID. So when we push the commit ID created, and we are seeing this commit ID inside the Docker Hub repository. So okay, okay, go here, click on repositories. See here, 2 minutes ago we are able to successfully push the image from local machine to Docker Hub with latest tags, latest tag, okay, with the tag ID also. Okay, it means now we have downloaded Ubuntu image, created container using Ubuntu image, okay, and install Git and create clone repository inside this container. Okay, so I want to copy the same data into one more new container. For that, what I have done, I have created one more image using this container, and here again created new image with the container. Again we have renamed to this image. Okay, rename is nothing but an, this is the rename, right? Which one? K.Muthyal something. So I have renamed to this image like this. I have renamed this name to this container, and again that container, sorry, again that image, I have created container. Inside this container, Git available, because just we have copied the data from this container to this container. Okay, we have already verified Git is created, and repo has been created, repo has been copied, and one Kasevaddi file also copied inside the container. Okay, and we are able to push the customized image. What is the customized image? This is the customized image. Okay, Kasevaddi.Muthyal Docker, this is the customized image. Push the customization from local machine to Docker Hub. That's all guys for today. Thanks for watching this video. I would highly recommend you to watch this video till the end to understand the about Docker. Okay, so how to create containers, how to use the commands, how to pull the images, and how to recreate the images. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.